Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another blind let's play of Mass Effect Andromeda. I lied when I said that I would get 15 hours ahead before you saw anything. Yeah, I was too impatient, and so you all got it early, and I got to mess around with the mod manager again. I did figure it out. It's called Frosty Mod Manager if you download it from Nexus, and it's not just for Mass Effect Andromeda, I think it's for a bunch of other games. In my case, it was like I would go through Steam to the EA for some authentication, and then it would launch in Steam, and I think that would break things, and then it would just leave me in the desktop. It wouldn't launch any game, so it was like a crash before the game even tried to load. But then I found a link to the developer's Discord channel, and I downloaded a newer version of the Frosty Mod Manager, connected it with the Mass Effect executable file, and away we go. So I got 4 mods installed. I got this one right here, which is the one that was visually, it's kind of bothering me, was just a camera, the way it worked. Now, is it better? I mean, I guess it is. I mean, because I'm not vomiting in my head. It was a weird one. So anyways, it's pulled back a little bit more. I get to see more of the character now from when I start moving into certain spots. Like sometimes the camera will go back to the weird crop like angle like that right there, which feels weird to me. But maybe when we get out in the open over there, maybe things I don't know. The camera pulls back even further. I'm not sure. That was one of the 4 mods. The other one was an MEA fix pack, so that fixes a bunch of bugs. So it's a highly recommended mod to put into the game just to fix some of the other maybe not so good parts of the game. And then there was one for this is a production perspective, and it's just something like naturally for me, like it's something I don't like dealing with in games is inventory, and so I've got basically an infinite inventory right now, twofold. Me personally, when I'm immersed inside a narrative, I don't like to get disrupted by having to manage inventory because I can't loot something, and it's like one of those like, yeah, but then they'll keep your packs full. I don't like to manage inventory when I'm immersed into a narrative. That's like at any point. So the twofold, the multiplier that makes it especially frustrating for me is as a production when you're doing these for YouTube. I personally like, and especially, well, third thing, so I got an arm thing, and so like I get fatigued very quickly. My nerves in my arm are not doing very good, and so I don't have the time to like sit down and record long sessions anymore, and so I really need to be careful with how much I record for all of you in my sitting. And so I want to keep the infinite packs, because what I'll do is like after this I can multitask while doing something else, and I can do inventory management, and I can give you an update afterwards, and so it just keeps the production much more leaner, and it keeps my immersive headspace in the like a 2-hour session or an hour and a half session. I'm in the narrative of the game and not managing stuff around here. Okay, so that's why that one's in there. And then I got the quick loot. So that's I guess you click on things and everything. Just give me everything. Don't maybe click a second button. I don't care, especially if I have infinite inventory. I'll deal with it later. I'm not too worried about what I pick up that I might need, unless there's like quest items that I might need to be paying attention to while I pick them up. But you'll all warn me on that kind of stuff if it happens, and I'll be more aware of it. Otherwise, I'm going to play the game, stay in the narrative, loot, and then in between episodes I'm going to manage all of that, and I'll bring you all back. Okay, the weird thing now is that I did this all right before playing, but I had to restart the game, and unfortunately when you do that it doesn't remember, so it looks like everything still shows that I haven't read it. I have read everything, so let's just clear out all of the logs. I could talk about some of this stuff as I go. Maybe I'll do this differently with this production, where if I get a trigger memory of something I read, maybe I'll come in here and talk about it. And then I leveled the characters, which I guess didn't keep, but I guess I already talked this out with myself for 15-20 minutes while reading things and making my decisions. Now I have a conceptual angle to go with Christoph, and so I do like the idea of the powers, the fact that you can use pull and throw, like you can grab something, that's fun. That sounds like fun. Now, do I think like conceptually is it part of the character that this is inspired by? I really want to do it, but right now it's not, especially because I read a power called Nova, and so channel energy into a point blank high damage explosion around the user. I like this, the releasing of the energy around him. I think it's just conceptually it feels right, and I'm gonna go with RP concept right now. And then the other one I got, although I like all of them, it's the Lance. Darkhawk had a Dark Force Bolt or a Force Blast, and the character for the novel I'm writing has a blast. The other ones are like the shield ones. I really like the idea of them, and I would like to use them, but I feel like that's more of a sister thing. Now, I might never get a shot to do that in this game because I don't know how that works yet. If we're going to get Sarah Ryder and we get to choose, like, bring her along and she can have her own power set. We'll see what happens when I get to that point. But for him, it sounds crazy and probably a bad idea from a meta perspective, but I'm not going to do it because, of course, I'm committing to RP concept. And so what I did instead is, as much as I would like to get more barriers or shield stuff because I'm charging into battle and doing a lot of, like because you can, right, the concept of moving, like he's always moving into things. feels like the right thing to do strategically, but I'm not going to do that because it doesn't fit the character. And so it's either going to be biotic effect duration, or it's going to be the biotic power damage. Now, right now he's an outburster. Like he impacts with his actions. Like he does something, things happen. And so right now I don't know what that means conceptually from a combat perspective. I'm gonna have to play the game more until I find out how that feels, right? But right now this is what it feels like to me, and I'll explain things as I go further beyond this point. I'm going to confirm it. Okay. And then for Korra and Liam, I think I took a shortcut here. I remember in the old games, like I would just go into these major ones and I would try to get them first because they were the most advantageous, generally speaking. And so that's what I did with them. Right now, I just put them both into these 2 points here. Committed her. And then same thing with Liam. As much as I'd like to possibly get him more grenades and just get him more impacts on the field, but I feel like maybe Kristoff can handle that. I need him to stay in the fight and, you know, and do damage like as support assist. Like do damage, not support, like support character. I'm like, but stay in the field, like be my partner in there, right? Whereas like Korra, I could see myself switching her out because it's gonna be redundant to have biotics, or because I read all the powers. There's all those like catalyst moments, right? What do they call them? The like detonators or whatever they're called, which come from the other games as well. So you can prime something and then detonate. So maybe I work on that with Korra. Like we have this dynamic. I would like it to be my sister, right? If that is a possibility, we'll see. That's going to be a lot of fun if that's possible. That's going to like dictate 2 of the 3 of the team all the time. Like the sisters will always. Well, I have an idea for that. I'll talk about that in the future. Okay, so that's like basically the summary of things. I've got. We're on the Nexus working this out. Now, again, is this like boring up front? Because like I don't know how else to do this. Like how else to like bring you all up to speed and like before we move, because I need to know stuff that's in the codexes. You know, there's context in here that was really really good. I just said I wasn't going to interrupt with something like this, but there was one in particular that I was like, that's kind of crazy, and that there's implications on what I read because of how it was written, and it's not going to come back. It might have been this one. It was this one. Unknown phenomenon. Asked to speculate, I suggested on preliminary evidence that it may be a dark energy phenomenon, despite inconsistencies with our current understanding of dark energy or dark fluid theory. I've been reading a lot about this stuff and watching a lot of videos. I follow astronomy channels because I love this stuff, but there's some crazy concepts going on in here, man. It's some good stuff. A more disquieting possibility is that this energy cloud exhibits properties so unknown to current physics that our sensors are unable to report accurately. This is not what I wanted to talk about, and I'm already derailing. Hold on. Although that was a good one. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I think I know where it is. Hold on. It was under technology. Because I was like, how did they even measure this? Like, because I've been following this YouTube channel that talks about like galaxies and planets and stars and development of things and like anomalies out there, and explains like the waves, dark energy to some degree, like that will come up. But that's like the main thing is more like, how do you even observe the things and then make assessments on that? Like how do you study the stuff in space, and how do you determine what kind of minerals or materials like things are made of, or the clouds that are floating out there, and then how do you see through, we're talking light years away, millions of light years away, how do you get better and better at seeing that? And I was wondering how they did it to detect the planets that Andromeda would then choose the golden worlds, right? Like how did you pick those planets? How did you see that? Charting the Andromeda galaxy for habitable planets presents a unique challenge. Observation is limited by light, and given Andromeda's distance, any observations from the Milky Way are 2.5 million years out of date. Enough time for a planet to have altered irrevocably. So I was like, yes, give me your hard sci-fi. Mass Effect is why I love this setting so much. Initial attempts to identify settlement sites were made by obtaining astronomical surveys and running them through predictive models. But Jean Garson was unwilling to risk thousands of colonists without solid information. And then we got, eventually the initiative obtained promising data from Quarian. This is vital, the way this is written. Okay, eventually the initiative obtained promising data from Quarian explorers who claimed to have found a Geth array on the fringes of the Perseus Veil. Now, the prior games, we spent some time in the Perseus Veil. That was a big part of the plot point, right? Like they go to the, like right before the fringes, before the dark, right? The void. This array, and that there was something suspicious. Like there was something on those edges of space. So I'm more than even what the game showed us. They could have expanded more on that, and I think this game is potentially. There's like a seed in here that comes from that detail And the details about dark energy and dark, well, I was going to say dark matter as well, but mostly dark energy. I forget what planet it was. It was a planet in Mass Effect 2 that had something that I thought was going to be a massive plot point for Mass Effect 3, and it wasn't. And anyways, the array was supposedly built from 3 mass relays using sensors in the combined relay corridor as a form of FTL telescope. That's an amazing concept, man. To observe dark space beyond the galactic rim. Why the Geth expanded so much effort to study dark space is not known. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's it. Okay, among these observations were near contemporary surveys of Andromeda where our predictive models confirmed. Yeah, so that one, that was an awesome little... I like it. That was the biggest of the details I think that popped out to me that I was like, I want to remember to at least talk about that one. The other ones right now, I don't have as much to go on. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get more and I'll be able to come back in here. I'll have a trigger memory and I will bring you all back. The journal, I guess something I thought about in here was these completed missions. I was like, oh man, do they show you the ones you might have failed at? Because I mean, it just shows me a list of a bunch of stuff, including optionals in here. But I think it was here, like, I read through these and I'm like, well, there was like maybe something I could have done before checking your sister that would have been optional, like check like the display. Does that get you extra stuff? Is it XP that I missed out on? I'm not sure what I might have missed out on. Or if this like will show you that you've not got something. So at least I, from a meta perspective, would know that I missed something. Then I could decide, do I roll it back or not, right? Ideally, I won't roll back. I won't save scum a lot. But if it's something that's like lore based, I was like, no, I would like the lore. I would like the lore as much as possible. And I'd like to retroactively find out how I can get that lore. Unless it's like a decision and the decision takes me off course. Now, I'm not going to do 2 different versions or see what differences like some options would have made. That's another trigger memory that I just had. But you know, saying the decision stuff, what I thought was neat right here, the journey so far. So finding a home, and I like that they give these summaries of like decisions you've made. It lets you know that you could have made a different decision here and maybe it matters later on, right? Like it's all the extra stuff that, you know, I explored and stuff, which were like optional quests, things to do, right? But then there's also things like express doubts about accepting the role as Pathfinder, right? There was that the only one? And there's Ryder right here. Ryder ties that bind. Though you mourn the loss of your father, Alec, you were never as close as you could have been. So that was a decision I made, and it retains it in like that little update. So it lets you know that maybe that will matter and it'll carry through. So I thought that was a cool little way of doing it. Okay, that is 20 minutes. 17 minutes, folks. I'm not sure if I can do that faster. We skipped a bunch of codexes here. I cleared them all out so that hopefully this locks in when we move into the Nexus area. And let's try to push this along. What are you all waiting for? Drag your feet.
I don't see any champagne. Where is everybody?
Oh, we do have to go through all this again, though, huh? So maybe that's something I'll take away as a lesson. I can cut around all this because y'all know what I'm gonna do, right? We got this at the end of the episode. Let me get through Avina.
They're doing an awfully good job of it.
I also reminded myself that I completely mangled the sound on all of you. The battles were just out of control. Like, I had such a hard time doing post audio on this. It was so bad. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. It's been a long time. Maybe it was SFX, like, in the battle is what wrecked everything. Like, this was just atrocious. I think the battle sounds were just, like, I can't talk over this. Some of the talking was okay, but, like, I really do need to shut up when people are talking. So I'm okay with that one being maxed out. And what I'll do is I brought this down a little bit more. Let's go to... This seems really low to me. But let's do that instead. I commit this. Let me get through the Avina stuff. And then I'll bring you back when there's something new for all of you.
See one of our helpful immigration.
Well, if they were around, I would see them, but they're not around. I will go and loot this. There was something I could loot back here, which I'm gonna go grab before people show up again, and I can't.
Plants are still alive.
Ah, is there a mod for like that E thing to go away? I don't want to.
It's like they didn't finish building it.
Yeah. I don't want to download a bunch of mods and like get too out of hand, especially no cosmetic stuff right now. I'd like to experience the game, even if it's like crummy at times, because I can give my feedback on that. But anything that's quality of life like that.
This place should be packed with people.
Thing, if there's a mod for that, please let me know. Because that's giving me like flashbacks to No Man's Sky. It was one of the first mods I installed. Because over time, like after 100 hours, you're kind of like, no. Please don't. Please don't take time to load like that. Please don't do that. Can I squeeze back there? Break the entire game. Let's go investigate. Ooh, need some quiet. Ooh, that buzzing is kind of
There's a
nerving
guy.
though, right?
Maybe he's got champagne.
Still. Oh, dude. Hey, dude.
Hi there.
Don't freak out. It's like, what?
We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an arc?
Yeah, we just got in.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
But we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
Historian.
I'm Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
But aren't you expecting us?
Curiosity.
You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center.
Okay.
Everything that could go wrong with our plan has.
Save button, thank God.
We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we called them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
Exiles. I was afraid that I would cut something off there. Let me know if that's a possible thing, if that's what I should be doing, like slowing down while people are talking so that they don't get interrupted by a cutscene or something like that. Because I hate losing lines like through actions like that. No
word
fault
from
of the
other
player,
Pathfinders?
you know.
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack.
We had a first contact situation on Habitat 7. Whole thing went south. They tried to kill us.
That wasn't first contact. We know about them. Those aliens are going to be a real problem.
This day just keeps getting better.
We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You're gonna check out the
You should
champagne.
know our command structure has been fractured.
Fucking liar.
Some of us are filling in for leaders who
Try
died.
not to swear. I'm sorry.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
I was thinking about that. That literally crossed my mind.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
That's crazy.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
Yeah, we're here to assist.
We've heard about what happened, and we're ready to help.
We could use any supplies you have. Food, water, we're short on everything.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs.
I like that.
Where's the
design.
Pathfinder?
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's
My
dead.
name.
He made me his successor.
Pretty
Alec
blunt.
is
Straightforward.
dead. Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
That's such a cliched kind of setup right there, but I am. Father thought so. Ooh, I like the self-consciousness RP angle. He wouldn't just take the role and own it right away. Like, that's not a cross-off for me. He'd be very apprehensive about all of this. So, ooh, you don't have a choice. That feels a bit aggressive. I'm not sure. I like that sound of that, though. Let's hope so. My father thought so. I'm going to go with the self-conscious angle. It feels kind of like an interesting way to go with it. Let's roll with it.
My father believed I am. If you trusted him with a job,
Because
you'll have to trust his judgment.
Your father won't be around to fix things if you fail.
That's no way to treat a guest.
Hey.
I'm Matt
back to the old
Morkesh,
games.
superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
Nice.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Good luck.
Welcome to the Nexus.
It's a mess. Thanks for helping. Yeah, I'll be grateful for this.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance.
Ma'am,
to
the
prove-
Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something.
Man, the lighting of this game could really
An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping
sometimes
the
it
lights
looks
on.
good, you know, but sometimes
You have my vote.
And when the power runs out,
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
What's stuff happening right now? I was gonna say something, but hold on.
You know what the priority needs are anyway. Thank you.
Who's talking?
Tempest crew should report
talking
to the
right now?
docking area at once.
I can't miss these things.
Hello, Console.
I can miss
You
these
and
things.
I are going to be very good friends.
Let's take a look at something.
We'll get you all fixed up and ready to go in no time. As soon as we hook you up to all that juicy power.
Okay,
Girl
so
Scout
that's what I-
cookies.
okay.
Hyperion's inventory lists Galactic Scout cookies.
Wait, really? Seriously? I want those.
You'll have to fight Kesh for the Galaxy Swirls.
I don't care. It'll be worth it.
Okay. Silly Billy stuff.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion
You want to say
are on
anything?
hold.
Yeah,
Please wait
because
further
part of me was thinking like, how are they going to get the energy? Like, how do they? I'm sure there's like an ESO thing going. I read the codexes on it, and that's why they came here because there's like the power source. Because like their stuff would require the stuff that is in the Milky Way. So I was like, that's not everywhere. I guess it is. Okay, good. So they can go somewhere where it's rich, and then they can use it for like their own batteries. I guess battery power. But point is, then I was thinking like, if this could work like a sort of where they take like each of the arc ships. And because they got to move through space, there was a codex that was talking about how they have to release the static charge, or it could build up and like it could wreck the inside. It'll deploy inside the ship and wreck everything. So they have to like have this way of like deploying some of this energy. And I was like, what if that's like while they're moving out there and like going like, because like there's no mass relays here, so it's like they gotta travel. So maybe by traveling, they generate this extra stuff, but they can turn that charge into something that kind of charges like these stations or something like that. So when they dock, they're actually like sending some of that energy back into the system. I was like, I was inventing some fanfic before. Just play the game. Just play the game. Anyways, there was something else I wanted to talk about, but we'll get there. I'm sure it'll be a trick or something.
Control to Hyperion. It's good to
No, you know what? Let me just hold on. I'll cut around this because I gotta try to remember. I'll cut around this pause. I'm just gonna go through this now because I want to see if I trigger the other thing I want to talk about, which I can't remember right now. We got the initiative. Okay, that's kind of neat. The descent happened. Turn on the leadership, and then they had to get the Krogan work crews to provide the military support against the rebels. Now led by head of security Sloan Kelly in return for political representation. There's already dynamics happening in here with this small crew exiled from the Nexus. These exiles remain a concern for the Nexus leadership to this day. Wow. Well, now I know what the exiles were. There were some descriptions in the weaponry or something like that, or some of the materials that you could find that it came off the exiles. I was like, who are the exiles? Like, I didn't even learn this yet. You're giving me this in the code. I mean, sometimes it's going to happen, but I got to be careful with some of the codex. I don't know what to be careful about. Well, now I know. It was like coming up. The details were coming out. Now, I mean, I had an assumption maybe something happens with some human crew and they like eject from the Hyperion, but no. Okay, Nexus some of this. So there's an update here. Unfortunately, she should. What? Did I know this? Was this a spoiler? Unfortunately, she would never live to see her dream realized. She died aboard the Nexus when it sustained severe damage from the Scourge upon first arriving in the Helios cluster. Oh, I thought she was the person we just met. That was a whole different name. Okay, I off with my brain. I was like, what do you... I didn't know this though, did I? don't think I knew this. Did I? I think that got updated. Maybe you learn it because you get here and then you find out that extra detail. The current director of the initiative, Juron, was 8th in line of succession, so 7 have already fallen, or I guess maybe they're with the exiles. Fake death, I'm not sure. In the wake of the Ket attacks, I don't know what the Ket are yet, Tyrion Kandros emerged as leader of a de facto volunteer militia that has taken over station security. Though technically a civilian, Kandros is counted among the Nexus leadership. There's a whole reboot. I mean, you don't have a choice. Like, things go sideways. You gotta make do with what you can, right? In recent years, Krogan have shown signs of adapting to the genophage, as they have to many other threats. Their biology itself is like an evolutionary catalyst, you know, to just get over the problem, push on ahead. Wonder what's happening in the Milky Way after we return someday. What else we have? We have Solarians. That's crazy. Their large families were a contributing factor to the Solarians developing photographic memories, enabling them to recognize hundreds of relatives. Solarians rarely forget a fact, face, or grudge. A popular saying suggests making a Solarian enemy in the morning makes 1,000 by evening. I just like the idea that photographic memory is tied to the fact that they had this clutch, right? And it's like, there's dozens. Turians in the Andromeda Initiative operate outside a comfortable hierarchy. Interviews with prospective Turian colonists indicate some are seeking this very freedom to forge their own destiny. Other colonists believe Turian selflessness and civic structure will be vital to the success. I like that they each offer something that comes from their background makeup, their cultural makeup. But they also, you know, coming to the Andromeda Galaxy is a new start for any one of these races to kind of break that mold, which is very Pillar-esque in sci-fi, in most sci-fi lore, right? But the diversity within, like the Turians, for example, only goes so far. Same thing with the Krogan. You'll get the one-off from a plot perspective that shakes things up, you know, but they're very monolithic for the most part, which I see why it has to be done. It just makes storytelling easier, you know, but at the same time, it's like, no, there's a lot of them. There could be a peaceful planet of Krogans out there, like legitimately like the most peaceful planet ever, that kind of thing. It's like, I don't know, the story just wouldn't, it just complicate the storytelling though if you did that, right? If you were to commit to that, then you go like, yeah, but you get a cluster of 20,000 of this race to like be able to restart whatever, like however they want. They get to do whatever they want. They have a new start. So they get to rewrite all of those kind of culturally wired backgrounds. Like they might carry those with them, sure, but this is a new start, you know, so they don't have to. Ooh, another technology piece. Oh, this is the thing I want to talk about. Literally the last thing I clicked on, the QEC, the Quantum Entanglement Communicator. I was wondering, like, how do they get the message from here back to the Milky Way unless they start tapping into the whole quantum thing, the whole positive negative charge? It kind of defies, like, this is something today. This is not sci-fi. This is like today. You can take this particle, you can split it, you can put it on two different sides of the planet, and if you make one a positive charge, the other one will automatically become negative, and if you make one negative charge, the other one will automatically go positive. And you can do this across like time and space. Have no rules for this particle, this quantum particle. And so they're actually looking into that today. Like if they tap into this, I'm just saying, there's some crazy opportunities here from a computing perspective. There's communication, which is what they're using here. It's like if you can tap into this and like from here to Mars, let's say we have a colony on Mars. Well, now you can actually, if you figure this out, this could be real one day. This is no joke. Quantum entanglement communication. Of course they went there. I thought it was cool back in when they first did it, because I was like, how do you communicate across the galaxy and have it be basically instantaneous? Well, they worked that out, and everything was always answered by the Mass Effect. And like they send these communication signals through the relays or something like that, or buoys, or I forget, but there was something like that. And it was already cool. But this is cooler because this is literally faster. Maybe not much faster than whatever they've already figured out with the Mass Effect solution, but it literally goes into that. Yeah, mirrored instantaneous band by the other. But yet this is real. This is real. You YouTube it. However, manufacturing these particles pairs is a delicate and difficult process, especially with resources limited in Helios. Long term, the Andromeda Initiative plans to establish a comm relay network transmitting data between buoys linked by mass-free corridors of space. The Scourge has hampered these efforts. In the meantime, Initiative starships act like maritime mail packets carrying secure data packages that transmit to approved colony receivers once they're in range. The transmissions are limited by the ship's data storage and the capacity of receivers, but improvements are ongoing. Maybe this like evolves as we play the game. Like this thing builds out, and like you're part of that. That'd be kind of fun to be a part of. Did we finish it up? We did. Okay. Yeah, another derailment, but it's important. I also got to see this in action. Oh, this was another thing I wanted to do was toggle track. If I do this, there we go, and then it shows me the stuff up at the top, which I didn't notice. I guess speak with Tan, Cash, Candros, Addison. We're gonna do that. This session still. Oh my god, there goes an hour. It happens. It happens. I have no choice. I have no choice. I have to consume this information. As much as I'd like to like save it for between episodes, some stuff I just can't.
All right, moving on. Docking clamps.
Okay, let's talk to
All
Addison
right,
first.
what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
Don't correct me on my English.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right
Is that
now,
where the
I
meme
just
comes
want
from?
to know what happened with Alec.
My face is tired. I just thought someone came up with that line. I don't know where it came from. I thought it was silly. I thought it was like a description of like the graphics of the face. I didn't know it was a line she said, and that's what people leaned on. Oh, that's amusing and sad. Sorry, what did you? Sorry, my face is tired. Oh, now I can't stop thinking about 6 years of memes. I guess it wasn't 6 years of memes, but it was like 2 or 3 years of memes. God damn. Oh, yeah. Okay. He wanted me to be a Pathfinder. All that matters is he's gone. And right now, I just want to know what happened to Alec. This feels selfish, but I mean, it means he believed in him in some way, and I want to remember that he believed it in me, or there's an ulterior motive in it. But he's not thinking about that right now.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't
That has to
hereditary.
matter.
If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right.
Oh,
After
I like the
14
tone of
months
your
of failed
voice.
colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Wow. Relationship?
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director with our colonies.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
Much for you to do if you don't have any planets to settle, though, huh? Pathfinder's not finding it. Get the fuck out of here.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect.
Oh.
We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is.
I mean, or...
Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket.
Okay.
Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
Now we know what the Ket are.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative.
Now I have
We
context.
came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it.
That's fair.
Goddamn
It is
poetry.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not
Did you say
cooperated.
explore engages?
And if it had?
Beautiful
Sorry.
utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus a citadel,
Silly.
not headed by Tan, or even me.
I mean...
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Hey.
Ryder, we're starving here.
How dare
If we
you.
don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out.
Don't you ever
That's what you're
call
up
it
against.
Captain. Ever.
Why people won't trust you.
It's
Why
Addison.
I don't trust you. Prove
Add-
me wrong.
You call her Addie from now on. Bitch.
Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what Kristoff is thinking right now. And I hope the game is sensible enough to not call her Captain Addison or Captain ever again. Ever again.
Hyperion, is the latest inventory record accurate? You weren't listed as bringing that many colony power generators along. Really? Excellent. I'll let Addison know. She'll be pleased.
Oh, she calls her Addison, not Captain. She's a captain, right? Do I have some details wrong? What I would say though is that the intonation of the voice when they're responding after obvious lines that are like out to, they're not friendly, they're not nice, but the delivery of the response feels very like controlled, you know. Whereas I feel like there should be some nuance there. I don't know how you do. I just feel like Shepard had more nuance because they had the whole Renegade and Paragon, and so depending on how you answered, like you would hear it in the voice, you know. I feel like I don't really get that from Pathfinder. Not what's in my head. I mean, not that Shepard was giving me that either, right? But it's just sometimes it just played out a different way. It just felt like more integrated or into the scene. I mean, I should be taking less, but I mean, there's this door right here. I mean, I could open it. Let me see where it goes.
This is the planet where we landed.
I guess we're going to do this
Habitat
next.
7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
About time. What's a squiggle mean? Because this feels like it's a little bit like if you're anxious or like angry, or maybe you're playing that kind of psychology, but this one is not equally strange, but also I'm not sure how to land this one because of you trust me now. I guess maybe the self-consciousness kicking in here.
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Ooh, don't play games with me. Or could this be the RP, the anger moment? He's getting a little bit anxious. Maybe he doesn't like how he's being treated around here. He didn't ask for this position, but his father gave it to him. And so he believes in him, and so he wants to own up to that. And God damn it, at least try, you know. But people keep questioning him like this. He maybe gets riled up. The more times I come face to face with this kind of scenario, maybe he's like boiling up inside, you know. Just point the way. This is more like helpful. I'll just help. No, I'll do it. No. He's gonna say, don't play games with me.
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Ooh, I like that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
I like it. I like it. I also stopped looking up at the top right, so now I don't... No, I just had to talk to people, I'm pretty sure. Better beginning, speak with Sam. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't switch things on me. Bro. Did I just screw things up? No. Don't say that. Hey, okay. Jeez Louise. This thing will just drag you along, and before you know it, you like skip like 40% of the game, man. No? I don't know. Additional tasks. What the hell does this thing say? Oh. Speak with Addison. Oh, it does tell you the stuff you should be doing. So, I did complete everything? Maybe, question mark? Tan, Kesh, Kandros, scientists. The hell? Hold on. Go back here. This one feels like... Space to toggle this thing. Where the hell am I going? Probably into that open area, I would imagine. Oh. Wait, you're Tan. Did I not? I didn't just talk to Tan? That was just like a scene. But it wasn't the thing I was supposed to do. I just triggered a scene there. Okay. Wow, now I see stars everywhere. Alright, well, we're here. Let's have another chat with Tan.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
Oh, that's better.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light.
I mean,
did you have some other business?
I mean, who's measuring you at this point? You're on the other side of... I mean, you're in a different galaxy. So, like, this information that still has to get back to the Milky Way before anyone is assessing you as anything, you know? Which is like a failure. If you're a failure, who's going to know for another 600 years? Unless they have some method of communication. They just have to set up a point here, and then maybe they could do the quantum communication back to the Milky Way. I don't know if that's a thing that's going to happen.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership. When the Nexus hit Scourge, a large ring of stasis pods was destroyed.
I see.
They were killed instantly.
Okay.
These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up.
They'll never know.
Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios.
I mean...
She never saw her vision realized.
Yeah, that sucks. That's literally from the Codex, though. It's almost like you don't have to read the Codex if you don't want to. You're going to get all the context, because I'm feeling like it's literally given to you within the narration itself. Most of the key points that I would have remembered are taken away, so...
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them.
See what I mean?
They crushed the mutiny, and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Sloane Kelly?
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
Yeah, this is not the time to be doing uprisings, you know what I mean? Like, you're all gonna die. You're all gonna vanish on this side of the galaxy if you don't work together this early on, you know? It sounds kind of foolish.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more.
Oh.
Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects.
Oh, no.
When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Oh, no. We got some Solarian Krogan racism going on here.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant
Back to my
species.
comment about
Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another.
But this is
Their
leaning
planet
in.
was decimated.
Yeah.
My people tried to uplift them, but
God.
the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
Everyone should be having a clean start here, Tan. God.
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species
the way you
has
just
to
talked
offer.
with Krogan.
I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Wow. Hypocrite much? God damn.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Monolith yourselves. God damn, man.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them. The thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Oh, that was another thing that I remember from the Codex. See, that sometimes there'll be trigger memories. It was, and it was, again, the way it was phrased. But it was, I think it was something like unconventional means. Unconventional means. Because they were using AI and whatnot. And so it alluded to, in the way it was written, I'll have to check the Codex again because maybe I got that word wrong. But it struck out because I was like, I got to talk about that when it comes up. Because we weren't told what those unconventional means were, which means it's part of the plot somewhere, right? But then where? Well, I don't know. There's a lot of AI stuff going on. That was the illegal part of it. There was like maybe some agreements made somewhere. And there was another one like, I got to go and look for it if I'm going to talk about it. So let's just move on.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Jean Garson. Our founder was charismatic,
You are
eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died.
Oh my God.
I was next in line for the role.
Revenue management?
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry. So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Oh, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Missing arcs.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for.
That's right, the Quarian
If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did,
they didn't set off.
I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Additional arcs?
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well.
Is it?
Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Yeah. You see, so what this is making me realize is that I don't need to read the codexes when I'm starting a recording session. That's an important lesson to learn on episode 2. Because it means that I can just push forward, especially if it's like very talky moments like this where I'm at a location and I'm supposed to be doing rotations and talking to people and getting that Act 1 context. Just get that first. And then the codex is just to summarize the stuff you've picked up from the dialogue, as opposed to the other way around, where I felt like I needed to read stuff to have the context for when I talk to them. They'd give me more context that I could build on top of that foundation. But no, it should be the other way around. Or that's how I'm going to do it, so that I can give you more content faster, because I can do that other stuff on the side. Blah, 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 blah.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
These are probably all game things I need to be dealing with.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
Like when you
I was afraid you'd ask.
These objectives?
It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Perfecto.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Onward!
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Okay. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're off the list. Let's go.
Tram technicians,
Who's
please
next?
report to
Wait.
the Hyperion coupling annex.
Looks fine so far.
Oh! Bro. Bro!
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time?
First side mission.
Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one.
This is taking me
that'd
back
really
to
help.
one.
I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
You remember that? I wonder if that's a callback. That's a legitimate callback.
I don't know. It just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
All personnel, be aware of
Could be them. Could be them. Who are you talking to? Man? Could have been them. Oh, the wall. Remember the information wall? I guess they're everywhere.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. It's through your hard work that the vision of the Nexus has come to life. You and all your colleagues bind our proud new colonies together. Look around at your achievements. And if you have any questions, my door is always open.
Founder Garson's office is located at Workspace Not Allocated.
Oh,
please select a topic.
Oopsie doopsie.
You are Employee Writer, Salary Code 19B,
publicly like
Active
this.
Pathfinder. Your supervisor is Director Tan. Based on current staffing needs, you will be eligible for paid vacation time in 587 days.
Seriously?
Why not plan on which beautiful colony you'll vacation on
Was that
while
say something
you
different
wait?
at the beginning of the game?
For initiative strategy and Pathfinder coordination, please see Director Jaren Tan. For colonial affairs or outpost status, please see Director Foster Addison. For station maintenance, please contact Superintendent Nat Morkesh. For militia operations or Apex deployment, please see Tyran Kandros. Integration from the Hyperion is ongoing.
This is different.
Personnel are still restricted to operations.
I'd have to go back to my. I think I only checked that screen on the first Let's Try. I'm gonna have to check my own videos out again.
Viable planets capable of supporting life are key to our survival in Andromeda. The viability of a world is affected by several factors, including temperature, resources, threat levels, political stability, and so on. We have few viable planets currently within range. Resource levels are considered at risk. The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy. After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds,
marketing term,
the Helios cluster was selected as our destination. Even at a distance, studying the light from stars can reveal much about their planet's composition and atmosphere.
For real, this is real.
7 worlds, nicknamed habitats, have the life-supporting environments and resources we need to start our new lives in Andromeda.
I had no idea how much you could learn off of just the light waves coming from objects that you see in a telescope. Like, that's crazy. That's nuts to me. I'll log off. Yoinkers. For posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up. Same shit, different day. The Nexus is a 4-ring circus. Don't like how Tan operates, and his disdain for the Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. It's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagon. I think I can talk to Kandros about this and at least try to get the two of us more coordinated, or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. Alright.
Yes, I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all.
Engineering reports.
Okay.
Hyperion.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan, ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions.
He did.
I can tell you this
did.
much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
Well, no,
the clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess,
Suspect.
but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
You starts, baby. You got it.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
I like it. I like you. Very
What
good.
sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up.
Suspect? No, I don't.
There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off,
What
the
a
founder of the
disaster.
initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
I'm still not convinced, but...
What
I'll
happened to
take
Jean
your word for
Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster.
Uh-huh.
Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
I already talked to him. I wish there was an option here.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
Give
the
it a year,
outposts aren't
bro.
happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
I'll work on it. You wanna touch
When
it?
we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were
What's up,
still
bro?
dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never
For
heal.
1,000 years.
Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy.
Hey.
The Solarians were forced to respond.
Monolithic
And it's not
self-awareness.
fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the
good way to put it.
Turians who deployed it.
Right,
I'm hoping that's all in the past.
Yeah.
Plenty
You
of
start
blame
here.
to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings.
Right?
And people need that
Right?
more than most.
My favorite character so far, Cash. Wavelength. We're on the same wavelength.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show a mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
Oh.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage.
Oh.
Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
I like it.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
I see. The codex makes sense now. But see, had I read it after this conversation, I would have had a summary of this conversation. But it's also like having this conversation put into context, like a reminder to me that we didn't leave after Mass Effect 3. No, there's no way there was a Mass Effect 3 decision and then the Andromeda happens. I feel like we don't have any of what we experienced as Shepard is not part of this continuity. Oh man, I have to look at the years again. Maybe that's why I want to read codexes before I started playing right now, because I want to remind myself as to where this fits into the timeline, because it matters to the context. Like something like this is like they literally left before there was ever any chance for the Krogan Solarian dynamic to morph, right? Because your decisions sort of help that kind of go along. I mean, the way this starts is like, no, it just is the way it was in Mass Effect 1 before you got to kind of work on that narrative tapestry for that side of the galaxy, right? But I like that, like while they're traveling for 600 years is when they kickstarted the evolutionary strain process in order to kind of work around the genophage impact. But one of the options in the old trilogy is that the whole cure thing could be a thing. They would not have had that opportunity in Andromeda. They would just all have been still infected or impacted by the genophage. And so they'd have to have a countermeasure at some point. But you can't get it the way we could potentially have gotten it in the first trilogy. So they went about it a whole different way, and you add on 600 years, right? So, I mean, who knows what happens 600 years in the Milky Way? But at least they did that while they were sleeping. They figured it out. Their evolutionary biology kicked in. I like it. Your job.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
It could matter to
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for now.
Later.
Because of course, this being a female Krogan, as we know, the Krogans like that, like they're valuable. I don't know how else to put it. It's literally it's just the way it is.
We've moved the ops center to the top of our priority list.
And so in this condition, it's like she stayed here.
That's an entire sector showing green. Good job, you two.
She stayed here, and so part of me is like thinking that has to matter, right? I mean, otherwise, why make it a female Krogan that's in this particular role in this position? Like, I just feel like you maybe want to do something with that plot, because there's a plot potential there, because it's vital to their entire race's survivability. So it's like, why wouldn't you make it part of the plot? And I'm wondering if they will and how. It's curious. I like it.
I think you forgot to hit confirm to fill out the forms. They're not listed. Nah, it's fine. If you say you fixed them, you did. I'll just check those boxes for you.
Suspect. This place is bigger than I thought. I mean, it's not. But you sort of... Come on, stop talking. I'm going to keep getting distracted here, because I want to know everything. What are you all saying in here? Hey, man, what's up?
Weapons and stuff. I got you covered.
No.
Use the console to take a look through what I got.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
Well, you want... I can sell you some pieces, maybe. What's with the prices? Sure thing.
You got it. Shop till you drop. Here I come.
That's fine. Hey, wait. Please don't drop anything you bought from me, okay? Tam would have my head if anything happened to you on my account.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I gotta learn how this works. I got an infinite pack. I don't need to do this now. I can do this after. Sell all the salvage. Thank you for the quick action button. Can I mean, I'm just gonna do this because who cares, right? I'm sure I didn't sell anything important there. Reset the trade. Confirm the trade. It's just salvage. I know that there was stuff in my inventory from the codexes that was just like stuff. It's just I sell it, and then some of it's valuable, some it's not. So confirm the trade. Just get rid of it. I don't want to think about the guns right now. Actually, I don't want to think about anything. I don't want to think about buying anything right now. I will deal with it when I am in the headspace to need to scale myself up with stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to roll with it until it becomes a problem. That's how I'm feeling right now. Security? Want to check out the security footage? Oh my god, there's so much to read. Okay, to Tyrion Kandros. From Jarun Tan, director of the Andromeda Initiative. Kandros, as you're aware, there was a mutiny aboard the Nexus during your absence. Events escalated quickly, but we believe it began with a fire in hydroponics and theft in the armory. Motivations for the uprising vary. Mob mentality was certainly a factor, but for the leaders, including your predecessor, former security director Sloan Kelly, it was a conscious betrayal. There have been perfunctory attempts to catalog and address the damages caused by Sloan's people during the uprising. Supplies stolen, equipment broken, things of that nature. But I was hoping the militia could step in and draw up an official report. It's imperative we know what we are working with if we are going to survive. Damage control. Director Tan Command, I need my people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, I'll get Sergeant Nels to look at it. That said, it was my understanding that the exiles were Calix's people, then Sloane's. Isn't he the one who started the mutiny? Calix Corvanus may have started it, but Sloane made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regard, but I hope you can be impartial when it comes to this task. Sloane Kelly's not who I thought she was. There won't be a problem. Good, then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find out where Sloane and the exiles might have gone. When we do get colonial efforts up and running, I don't want any surprises. Got forwarding report from Recon Team 232. Trails cold. Found what looks like abandoned camps in the Pfeiffer system, but none with living inhabitants, only graveyards. The conspirator Irida was among the dead, but not Sloane Kelly. Nothing popped up on the screen, so I'm just gonna steal this while the guy's got his back turned. No one needs to know. No one needs to know. Why'd he take it? Who knows? Who knows? It just appeared in his. I don't know. Can I ever explain looting in games? No. Not always.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable, as our expedition proves.
Hey, Eric. Eric. Eric, stop.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick. My colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What are your specialties?
What fields do you study?
Eric's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
It's interesting, like some of them, their mouths move right. Like the Solarian mouths, it feels like it's saying the words that they're saying. But the Asari mouths don't move proper. Like they don't feel right. Bro, you need a chair? Feels like you need a chair. What's on this side? Medbay? Oh, here we go. Militia. Medbay. It's very clean and orderly. Well, that's not orderly at all. But...
Nobody's making Creeper in Andromeda.
This is wrong. You'd be surprised.
Hey, Liam. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll talk to Liam now.
Pathfinder. No time for up here yet. This place is a mess. Security is... let's call it strained.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Ket are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too.
Nah, that's weird.
No idea where they went, but they left mad.
Yeah, they left mad, and unfortunately, they're in a whole new galaxy to get killed, which is just strange. It's just a strange kind of, how did you get to that point? You're just dead. You're all dead. You understand? You're all dead. Like, there's not, like, how are you surviving out there? Things are going to run out, and you're going to die. You just decided to, everyone, you're dead. They may all be dead. No, they're going to be dead. They are all going to die. Let's not write them off. They all may, yeah, they might be dead.
There's apparently no viable planets in range. Exile may have been a sanitized death sentence.
Right?
What a shit show. Pathfinder.
Idiots.
We have to get this back on track or we don't survive. No pressure, right?
Well, we can. All of us will survive. I don't know about the exiles. The exiles are eventually, they've doomed themselves. They've Darwined themselves out of this galaxy. I'm kind of freaked out. No, I'm not.
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
There you go. Perfect. Mariette.
It's not right. It's not fair.
Okay.
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last.
Hope comes
Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political.
The theme of it.
My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
Oh.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Hey, Kendros, you're next.
I know that look.
That's cool armor.
The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Pretty weird, right? Coming to Andromeda?
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
Ishar.
I was tired of being the good one.
Oh.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know?
Huh.
Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service.
Oh.
But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure?
Oh.
Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to war on the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
Bam.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny,
nice.
Once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
It's true.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis.
Yeah.
Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
The Ket? Give me your perspective.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why.
Second time.
They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you could spare the people.
Nice.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them.
Ooh.
It'll cut down their response time.
Ooh, that
Thank you.
sounds intriguing.
Our current ops are on the
Mechanic.
terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
He's
You
cool.
and me both, Pathfinder.
There you go. Found another good one on Nexus. I was also thinking, like, this reminds me a lot of Battlestar Galactica. I really enjoyed the progress of that show, but it also kind of creates these parts in the story where, you know, when the shit hits the fan and you have to step up, there's like, you step up. Like, and so there's a couple characters in that show that kind of become more than they ever assumed that they would be because not enough people. So, like, you kind of have to find your new place in that new world, right? Kind of feeling a little bit of that vibe with this. Based on status report 16C, it seems we're no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Without decent recon and greater intel on this enemy, I'm starting to think our efforts are futile, the risk involved, and continued loss of resources and lives makes it hard to justify. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Kandros. I mean, I think I've been thorough, but I've also been oh, there's strike teams. Wow.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
I thought he gave me authorization, but I guess I'm getting it now. Hold Y to track. Oh, no. Let's see what happens.
That's the console for our strike teams.
What are
they?
they?
Like a side
Assault and extraction squads.
thing?
When we need the best, I have Apex. Combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the
I want to get
cluster,
into this right now.
I can give you authority to dispatch them.
Ayo. Give me more
What
info.
situations should they handle?
Protecting civilian outposts, holding key positions, or just distracting the Ket.
Okay.
Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
What have I just done?
Engineering update.
Inspe-
We are working on
what have I just done?
more power from the Hyperion.
I shouldn't have done this right now. Oh, god damn it. Oh no. Hope I didn't screw anything up. Strike team. Oh no. Delay ship launches. Not. Oh. It's like real time. You kind of set these things off and let them do their thing for maybe extra bonuses in real time. Delays, like the Dragon Age Inquisition map room or something. Strike teams can be sent on missions to support the Andromeda initiative. If they succeed, they'll earn XP and Ryder will gain a reward. If they fail, they'll earn only a small amount of XP and no special reward. Apex is the most elite strike team in the cluster and handle critical missions. Select a mission and press space, or like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I really like the way they did it. Your progress will be automatically saved before multiplayer. No, I finally hit the spot. Your progress will be automatically saved before multiplayer is launched. You will then play the role of an Apex operative in a small squad. That's an interesting way to integrate this part of the game, but absolutely not. But I appreciate how it was designed into the actual flow of the game, and it wasn't just like, well, no, because like even the there, I'll show you. Please no, please let me out. please. I don't want to launch anything. Escape exit. There. Complete.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently
What if I launched? I don't think I launched anything. Anyways, there was like, what did I see? Like you could, right here, game? Yeah, jump to multiplayer. I don't feel like I can do anything. I can only select this. Oh, it's like a tutorial. Yeah, I don't have to do it. Okay. Oh, okay. Time required. What the hell does that mean though? That this game would take me 1 hour to play? Eliminate supply ships. This is crazy. Oh my god. I mean, it's kind of intriguing, but no. Let's get out. I mean, no. It looked neat. No. I'll watch some videos on it or something if I have to, but not right now. I also saw like the cat in there, and I was like, no. I want to learn about the cat stuff when I learn about the cat stuff, right? Pace of plot. We have right here. Let's talk to you.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story.
Come on.
Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
Last I checked, getting into a spat wasn't against the law.
There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry, that's awful.
Oh.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of... I admire that about him, but I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording, it's ugly.
Oh.
Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Oh no.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
Oh.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder.
Bad situation, bro.
I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
There it is again. Really driving that theme home. Kandros. Oh, arms. Right. We can do that later as well. I guess we're going back and forth. At least we're not running around a whole citadel doing these small little quest things, right? Kandros. Bro.
No news on the Turian Arc yet.
We like
or is this
had
militia
a cool
business?
chat. Want to talk about the murder case, bro?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
I wouldn't... I mean...
It doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up.
This is bad.
His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to
Trust
do
me,
it.
bro. He had to trust me, bro. I didn't mean... I mean, he was honest about it. It's not like he didn't try to hide it. All jokes aside, it's like, trust me, I didn't mean to do it. I mean, no, that's fair. I don't trust him. That matters. No, that matters.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus eyewitness account equals murder. Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Yeah, I mean...
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Let's just listen to it, and let's see where it goes. Can I talk to the wife again? Nope. Recording.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation! We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back. No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to... No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Is it going to be obvious? Speak with the witness, Shaw. Oh. Oh, I have Moonwalker through the wall. Right there. Up here somewhere? Are you up here? Yeah, there we are. And go.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilkin murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
Doesn't sound like an
I
ass.
helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him.
No, hold on.
Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilkin and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Yeah, but was it an accident? There was someone else there, though.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Yeah, man.
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe.
Yeah.
Visibility wasn't great.
So, not a trustworthy witness.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Yeah.
Friends fight, say things they don't mean,
And then kill
maybe
each other.
even hurt each
you know.
other.
Come on,
But you
man.
don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Oh. Jesus, you want to bring poetry to this?
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
I mean...
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
That's kind of crazy, but that's not...
I appreciate the information.
Of course.
Just teams.
It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
No, we killed him.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
All right. Speak with Tian. I guess we got a new mission. Can I run? I can. I think I could run. I don't know. Well, the run doesn't look so awkward like I remember the video showing. It looked really awkward. That was okay. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe that's part of the hotfix bug. I don't know, but it looked okay. Wait, where the hell am I going? Why have I done this? Wait, where am I going? Speak with Tan. Tan! That's right, he's in this. This Tan. Remember the Tan, the asshole Tan? Yeah.
Something I can help you with?
Yes, the murder case.
I'm looking into the Nilkin Rancis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
Well, it is
First
now.
murder in Andromeda.
I'm not really a
and I'm
Pathfinder.
impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Except I am.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
I'm not sure he did it. I'm not. That's true. Or the body can reveal much. Just take a logical approach. Kind of depends, but I should probably take an RP decision here. Where, like, impulsiveness needs to mean something, and so what am I impulsive about? It should be more, like, impulsive from an emotional standpoint. Whereas the sister, at least the alternative version, the multiverse, the novel version of them. Because it's always opposites I play with. Whereas, like, she has the more structured relationships that she builds, so the more socialite perspective, but she's very logical and strategic. And, objective about how she approaches things. Whereas Kristoff would be emotional up front because it's the impulsive nature coming out, but he's like a chaos agent to some degree. So how do I bring the chaos? Because chaos and law, chaos and order between the siblings. Yeah, I need to go more like, what would the sister say sometimes in order for me to know what Kristoff would say? The sister would say the body can reveal as much, which means Kristoff would say, I'm not sure he did it.
I'm hoping it proves something else happened.
This case has been a political nightmare. With all we've been through, the people need stability.
Yeah.
I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it.
I mean, it is
we'll
what it is.
We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Right, I mean...
That's all. Thanks for your time.
It's already going to go in that direction if nothing is done. So at least something gets done. We explore along the way. Maybe we learn some stuff about the planet or bring back some supplies. You know, maybe we maximize our opportunities out there. But at the same time, it's like you're already going to exile someone who could be potentially very useful to us. Like, do not exile, because they need soldiers at this point. They need people who have like training, who can protect this Nexus from, like, imagine the exiles come in and like prepare like an organized force. Then what? Now there's Krogans out there. Like, what are you all like? What are you doing? Like, don't exile. Oh god. Oh, sorry. Are you hopscotching? Like, is there a hopscotch thing on the floor? Like, what are you doing right now? That was amusing. Hey, Cora, what are you doing over here?
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you.
They did, and I don't appreciate some of them
and
for
Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Bitch. I love that. Addison wasn't my favorite. I mean, how are you supposed to come out of that? Which one is Addison? Who? Her reactions, understandable. No. Yeah, see, this would be like the self-confidence, which Kristoff is not. At least not without a sister. His sister helps him be self-confident. So I would go, I mean, this is like a jokey kind of, but again, confusion, I suppose. Like, as a player, do you not remember who Addison is, maybe? And there's not. No. I mean, Addison wasn't my favorite. I think he'd be upfront about it.
Yeah. Meeting Addison was...
Yeah, interesting is a word, sure.
Interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
You don't really
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your sister's doing.
Ooh. Will do. No. That's our way out. We're already here. Yoinkers.
You're in the force? What district?
Moz. Bradbury Landing near the Green Bed. Didn't last.
Not a fit? Good you got out before screwing up then.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I am disoriented. Let's go over here. I see what we're doing. Oh god, we can do this. We can do this, bro. Hello? Hello? Okay, that's it.
Power draw is now at 100%.
Why is nothing lighting up? What do I do? Spacebar? E. I don't see an action button. How do I investigate? Oh, what an idiot.
Power draw is now at 100%.
This thing. Oh, shit. Shit.
We can start building a bank of vaccines once we get more biomaterial.
What's up?
It's that scourge I'm wondering about. Standard colony radiation shield should handle it, but I hate should.
Y'all confused or what? What's up? What's up, girl? What's up?
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Okay, that's fun.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
This is reminding me of... Remember that side quest with, oh, she was so fun.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
God damn. Shenanigans. Oh. Shenanigans. Look at these turns. It's madness. Where are you at? Right here.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Hey.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Shit.
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
The Hyperion main deck. You floating, bro? Bro, you can bionics, bro. Stop. I think we're good. I'm starting to do stupid shit. This area's not big, but boy, I can sure find something stupid to do in this small area. Okay, am I leveling? No, I'm not. What is it? Oh yeah, maybe what I'm gonna do, because we're not enough. Oh, 2 points? I get her Nova blasting in there, or maybe I get her to focus on the Asari stuff. Launching her at an opponent restores some. That's crazy. Check this again. Wham! Ooh, that looks like awesome power. I think I might need that. If I could get it. I don't remember seeing it, but I think this is kind of neat. Maybe I have a RP narrative. It's like he learns some of this stuff from her. Ooh. Let's do it just because it makes RP sense. That's it. Sometimes that's how decisions are gonna be made. Don't freak out. It's just the way it's gonna be. Confirmed. I don't want to meta this. I mean, I will like naturally to some degree, but if I can make a decision fast because it just makes sense, because I can put a story together, I'm gonna do it. We have a reckless. Ooh, do I pick up like recklessness from him? Does he pick up recklessness from Krisov? Because I've been the reckless one in combat so far. Takes less damage for a short time after using Havoc Strike. So he jumps in there and does a Slammaroonie. I mean, my fear with this is the meta layer is that if I have everyone kind of charging into enemies and doing this kind of shit, and they get themselves killed, then I don't have anyone protecting my ass when I'm being a buffoon out there. Because like that's like the drivers for me to do stupid things on the field and then see how I get out of it. Because I feel like there's going to be something fun about that. Or making a build that leverages that kind of, I don't know, like spontaneous, chaotic gameplay. I want to be a chaos agent out there, you know? The other characters cannot be equal chaos agents because I need to know what they're doing behind me, you know? So I got to be careful. Here's what I'm saying. Frag grenades is more like, he's still back there, he's shooting, but he once in a while launches the grenades. Like, that's good. Ooh. Prime them for combo detonations. Really? The Havoc Strike does? Why? Because they get knocked down? Oh, because they get stunned? Power to stun. Okay. They get stunned and then I do a push. Ooh. that could be fun though. I could see that. I could see how these, how this all balances, how this could be fun. I'm going to do it. All right. Let's mess around. Let's do that. Am I committing to this for sure? I am. Let's do this. Let's mess around with some of that charging stuff and triggering. I said I'd do this off camera so that I'm not wasting your time, huh? But, Liam, we're gonna put military. Nope, because now I don't have enough points. I needed 2 points. I needed shit. Right? Yeah, it's okay. I can't do overload, or can I? Wait, why can't I? It says 80. Wow, that's a lot. All right. Well, you're gonna be saving your points. I'm gonna have to see this little bugger up here this whole time, which is kind of annoying to me. I'll get a sidewinder. I'll look at this off camera. Pistol mods. That's okay. I'll do that as well. Let's mark all. So I don't have to look at it. I'll do that between episodes so I can try to get back to the Hyperion, and we'll try to wrap this up when we get back to the sister, right? Because that feels like a good spot. Where am I at? I mean, I got a lot of codex reading I got to cut out, etc., etc., etc. But
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion
over here and get our asses to the Hyperion. Bye, Cora. Meow. I guess they're not coming back with me right now. Maybe they are. I wonder if this like acts like an elevator ride. Like there's always talking in here based on. Nope. Okay. Guess not. Guess not. Like based with the people you bring with you, like will have stuff to say, that kind of thing. Hey, bro, were you sleeping? Were you sleeping? They definitely got you in. Oh, hello. No. What do you mean? Oh my god. Oh, that's Sam.
Pathfinder, Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Restricted access to Sam node has now been lifted.
Oh my gosh. Look at that, we got our own cabin.
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were Pathfinders too.
Oh, nice. Collection of guns. Examine.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Oh, damn.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Can I use it?
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
That'd be cool.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Yeah. I took it. What am I doing with the Normandy ship? Can I place it somewhere, or are these collectible items? I'm not sure, but that's fun. But I would have liked to have kept it, like, on a table. Coffee!
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad.
Oh.
He was so busy designing you, needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Okay.
What's on here, Sam?
Okay.
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
What did I just see? Base M6. What? Oh. Nexus files. Okay, we got general logs. Milky Way departure.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space.
Cool.
It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion.
Hopes and dreams.
I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
Ooh, nice.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Pretty sure my sisters mentioned Dr. Tassoni. An expert on Protheans, I think.
Oh, damn.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Cool.
Hello, Alec.
Hello,
this
Tassoni.
is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
Aw, that's cool.
Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Well, that just answered my comments from earlier in the session about the timeline. It's happening with Mass Effect 1 effectively. Probably before it, even, because when we meet her, she's a young archaeologist that gets caught up in that whole rigmarole thing. You get her as a companion. So it's like, this is before that even.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Sarah. Dr. Tapera says she'll be fine, but she's my daughter. How can I not worry? I hate to leave her like this.
Okay.
It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
I mean, I'll leave my thoughts alone for a while. Still, we got a lot of time, but I'm rolling with something. We'll see. Encrypt the log one.
That log is inaccessible at this time.
I like it. So you do things in the game, you probably get some key thing or something, or some unlockables. Maybe Sam is the one in control of these. Maybe it's all planned by the father. I mean, I don't know.
That log is inaccessible at this time.
Interesting. All right. Right, because otherwise, why would the father presume that if he was gone, that we could learn stuff about him, and he hopes that we will understand? Did you plan something, Dad? Dad, did you know this was... Well, no, you couldn't have planned.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni,
for me to
and
have
I've
broken
spent
my
several
helmet.
decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture.
I hope they may prove useful for the research community.
Give me a second. I'm almost done. I got ideas. Even more ideas came as I was writing. This is good. This is good stuff. Well, it might all be false, but at least I have notes that when we get maybe somewhere in Act 2, I will share what I wrote down, so we're not too ahead of things. And I'm afraid of spoilers. I don't want people to confirm or deny anything earlier than they need to. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be a little bit careful here.
When studying a
Because I'm
dead
not reporting
race,
ahead.
the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out.
Well,
while it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial.
Why would this be in Act 1?
Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
What was Javik?
When studying an extinct race, it is important that our preconceptions and current knowledge not color the facts.
Reporting 3.
We must look to the evidence itself.
Yep.
The Protheans constructed the Citadel and an incredible network of Mass Effect relays.
They did. Remember the archive?
This speaks to a culture of the highest order. Such a monumental achievement surely must come from an enlightened race that was in harmony with its people, free of conflict and strife.
Crazy.
Without the ability to study a living example, however, this can never be determined with 100% accuracy.
Yeah, because this was before Mass Effect 3. So then Javik enters the picture. Now she's got a conduit to get more information or research. I mean, it would be a biased based on Javik's perspective. But curious enough, also, I think it was cryo, but whatever method they used, it could have been the same kind of method. But he was also in stasis for 50,000 years. So who's to say, right? Something like that couldn't be where this could go. Maybe I should just talk about everything now and just everyone be careful. Don't confirm or deny. Just roll with it. We're probably gonna be at this for 100 hours, right? No, maybe I won't. I'm nervous. I'm just gonna say before I walk in here and trigger something, because maybe I'll get this from the plot. But like, there's enough that makes me think that maybe the Geth are involved, and like this is a continuation of some Geth narrative plot that might have started in Mass Effect 1. There was that, remember the static in the radio that I talked about in the Let's Play, where, was it in 1 or 2? It was 1, where I think you get to like the last, I forget what the mission or the stack of missions that we play, but we get to this thing on the wall, and it's playing music or something from a Geth planet or something. But at that point, I made a commentary about art and technology and like the distinction between like humanity being humanity and distinguishing it from technology or AI, what AI could be. I mean, now a couple years later, it's a little bit, things are getting blurry. But it's the idea that like the soul, like and expression and creativity is something that goes to higher life forms, and that's how it kind of, there's a distinction there in the philosophy of aesthetics and art and all that stuff. So that's why it impacted me, is because it was a Geth side plot. Could have been missed, completely missable, I'm fairly certain. But it meant something to me because I'm fascinated by the philosophy of all these things, right? It was a trigger for me of, holy crap, the Geth can be more. And this was before, this is Mass Effect 1 Geth. They are nothing yet, you know? It's through the series is where you go, oh my god, right? You get to the Legion plot, and then you're like, oh god, we got a Transformer spark going on here. And then it's like, okay, now there could be this evolution of higher form. And now what does that mean, right? But okay, now let's roll this back, and we're in Andromeda. We're in 2 parallel plot lines now, a tapestry lores. And now we're like, okay, what are they threading on this side that might still come from some of the seeds that were planted in like proto Mass Effect, like before Mass Effect 1. Like it's like, and then we experienced Mass Effect 1, but like what did we discover in Mass Effect 1 that might be also a seed here? That could have been like the planets we might have read about, the Perseus Vale stuff, right? The fact that there was the 3 relays now that acted as a telescope that was part of this Codex lore. But man, you gotta, if that was like a discovery that was potentially a Geth outpost, and you're like, okay, like you put those pieces together and you're like, maybe they were sending a signal. Maybe it wasn't a telescope. Maybe they found out the first, like maybe the Geth were behind one of the first like quantum energy transfers or communication transfers, or like probes, you know, like sending a probe out there to communicate. Or maybe they sent out a ship, god damn it, they don't die. They're machines. I mean, maybe they still have to get powered and stuff like that, but like, who's to say a Geth ship literally couldn't have just sailed out into the void, and like they would have been maybe a year, 2 years, 5 years, 20, a decade. Like I don't remember the plot of that planet, but we're talking about like they might, or with the rebellion, right? The rebellion with the Quarian. I kind of remember. I don't remember the dates there. It was kind of active while we were still in the games. So we had to quell it, but helped them neutralize it. And I forget how long the war was going on before Shepard got involved. But in any case, who's to say they didn't send out Geth ships? Who's to say that the building we encountered in the first part of this, where there's like an armature that gets up, could that have been a Neo Geth? Right? It's like some evolution of the Geth that happened over those 600 years. And I'm fanficking at this point, folks. Do not confirm or deny, right? But like in my head, I was like, there's a point there. So between that, which could be complete red herring or whatever, but then also the buildings that are there, you're like, could that have been Prothean? We're talking now like maybe some Protheans from 50,000 years ago. They got out of the Milky Way. They traveled for they figured something out. They were an advanced race, right? They put a bunch of their folks in stasis, and then some of them just went, fuck it. We're leaving the Leviathans, we're leaving all this shit behind, you know? Or the you know what I'm saying, the Reapers, right? And went right to the but you don't if you played all the games, you know what I'm saying? At least from a fanfic perspective. Do not confirm or deny. Thanks. Those are my two speculative theories up front, because there's so much AI stuff going on that I feel like this is just an evolution, an extension of what potentially is the consensus, or the idea behind what connects all of the Geth, and then that becomes the spark that evolves them all. And like, why was AI though so illegal in the Mass Effect realm? Well, because maybe there was like, again, this is a time, an era still, where the whole Geth thing was a problem for these cultures, right? Like the fear of the Geth, like kind of gaining sentience and then becoming what they became, right? At least from the Quarian perspective, or what Mass Effect 1 eventually like proves to some degree. It's not the full picture, right? You got to play the entire trilogy to get the full picture there. But yeah, that might have been why it was so illegal. They were afraid that it was going to tap into something that might have been tied to the Geth. I don't know, man. And maybe like our father was working on something, and that's the controversial part of it that's in the codex somewhere, but that they went through unconventional means. It's likely connected to maybe all of these discoveries, and maybe he's tapping into something that maybe connected to the Geth in some way. I'm not sure. Here, let's talk this.
Hello, Ryder. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential.
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
Sam, if we're going to work together, you can't keep hiding things from me.
Apologies. I am simply following your father's wishes.
What was he keeping secret?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I have something in like the inspiration of Kristov, the novel Kristov, that he's very against secrecy, and he gets very anxious when it comes to, because part of like they're test tube babies, and so like, and he's, I don't want to get too much into that lore. Maybe I'll release it for free at some point and y'all can read what I'm up to behind the scenes. But it's the he doesn't like secrecy because his whole character profile is that he always got to, again, move forward, right? He's got to move things forward. And so when he feels restricted, especially even from an information perspective, that feels like a barrier to him, and it starts to contain him. And the dark energy kind of idea behind it as a theme, right, is that he's got to move forward. He's got to move forward. He likes to push into the unknowns because he likes to get the answers, but he doesn't like to be controlled by the unknowns, I guess. And so secrecy breeds paranoia.
Keeping things like this secret just makes everyone suspicious, like you're up to something.
Alec didn't think others would understand. He viewed it as a symbiotic relationship benefiting us both.
What do you get out of this?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
Ooh, he wouldn't, again, so he wouldn't want, this is a rough one, so he wouldn't want to be controlled, for sure, but would he enforce his control? Not really, but you're just a computer. He wouldn't just put it that way either. Will it hurt? Wow. I guess this one, the only one that makes sense to me right now is wow.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew some would fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point.
I fear it.
So what does this mean for the two of us?
I find myself in an unusual position.
Because
though I have access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse.
Like Batman.
The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed.
Yeah, that's what
Perhaps
I
you should
assume.
begin in your father's
Case of
quarters.
plot.
In the meantime,
like
unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
It's a cool
Thanks.
meta-layered driver. Oh, what the hell? The hell is this? Oh, I guess profile. I don't want multiple. Maybe I do. Like Vanguard. What's Vanguard again? Aggressive combat style. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was calling out to me. Preferring to close in on enemies and deal heavy damage at short range. I see. Yeah, like if I get amped up, right? I push my way through, and I know that being a biotic going in close range is probably dumb. I get it. But we're not playing here to be meta smart. We're just RP. Is it going to be fun from an RP perspective to experience? That's what I'm going to do. This profile reconfigures writers' implants and physiology. This is great. So you basically have different character builds. And this is the game's way of allowing you to do this, but there's like lore baked around it. Look at that bonus though. Oh, but you get a plus 10% biotic recharge speed. Okay, I think that's making a lot of sense to me. Weapon damage, damage resistance. No. What's it? Sentinel. Bringing a mix of tech and biotic. Hold on. All combo damage, tech recharge. Tech? Because the whole thing with Darkhawk is it's an android armor that this body switches with when the Christopher Powell uses this amulet. It's a Marvel comic character. Christopher Powell swaps bodies with this android unit, and the unit itself is it's technology. So my Chrisov, the homage to the Darkhawk character that's inspiring this Chrisov. It's more like if you've watched Guyver, if you understand what Guyver is, Guyver predates Darkhawk, in my opinion, back in the early 90s. Guyver influenced Darkhawk. Guyver was the first anime I ever watched. So like there's a lot of reasons why like this just feels like this needs to be something I end up doing. So my homages is a mix of Guyver, I guess, and the Darkhawk units. The idea that the Guyver unit was also a biological form that was called upon, and then it kind of became one with the body. And that's and that's kind of like Sam right now. So that's why he's kind of like he's coming to terms with the fact that this is like one identity now. I like it. But now what does that mean from a profile perspective? Jesus. Adepts are biotic specialists capable of disabling and killing enemies. I want this because of the blasting. I didn't know where this was going to go per se. So now that I do, it's like, oh, this opens up some. I did not want to mess with multiple profile things. I was just like, no. I'm going to pick one profile. It's going to be fine. Right? But now I'm like, yeah. The RP behind Sentinel or Vanguard. Oh, it works. It works. Darkhawk also had this thing, a claw. He had like a grappling hook that he also used as a claw. And so that's why I'm running in there and hitting things with my blade. Now you see the context. Like it's all driven by influence. But that's why he does it. That's why I'm doing it. This feels right. And the fact that I can biotic recharge while I'm in it, it feels good. Sentinel, again, is the tech recharge. The tech abilities is more like if the android unit was taken into consideration. Like, does the android unit have techie things that I would have done? Of the parts of the novel I've written so far, I don't really. It's all just energy discharges, dark energy discharges. There's like forms that he could take on. He can grow blades because that was the homage to the claw blade and other things. But what does tech offer again? It's like, because I had Joshua Coyote in my Mass Effect series was, no, he was an infiltrator. And then was I soldier? I don't remember already. This is if I take tech as well. Can I decide this later? Like right now it's telling me, do I have a choice though? Hold on. Oh, lock. Oh my god. I could be any of these. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I can, but I don't know if I'll want to just play any of them because I can, although Vanguard is sort of tempting. 3 skill points, each invested in combat and biotics. I see how they're doing this. Okay. Oh, that's kind of a neat way to do it. 24 points invested in biotic for adept rank 2. So you can double down, or you can go bam, 3 skill points invested in combat and biotic. Okay, folks, we have a mission. Combat. I need to put 3 points into combat as soon as I have an opportunity to do so. No problem. There's nothing else I'm doing here. I suppose this is just to show me that I'm going to be able to unlock these things. That's great. Where am I going? Skills. Points. 3 points. Combat. Oh, maybe what I do is I just get some passive stuff. I'm going to RP decide this. Bear with me here. We got Barricade. Deploys a temporary energy barricade that will boost shield for everyone. His sister would get something like this. See, the sister has Darkhawk's defensive capabilities, thematic from conceptual perspective, whereas Kristoff has Darkhawk's offensive capabilities, is how I've created these two now I got profile, man, these two characters in the story. That's now influencing my gameplay, RP. So I want to keep that in mind as I move forward. I don't want any of these guns. If I were to take a gun that's most thematically appropriate, it's probably the shotguns, because it's more like a blast. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's chaos, right? He's not refined. He's never going to use a sniper rifle. The sister would. And so I feel like he'd be the opposite. He'd have to maybe shotgun. I go shotgun. I got to take something here. Combat tools. Specialized training that allows the user to expertly wield jump jets. Darkhawk has the gliding wings influence. So, expertly wield jump jets and melee weapons. Yeah, combat tools, right? We go combat tool. Increases combat damage with... Yeah, we're going to do this. Bam, done. That's not a lot. That's really not a lot, though. Like, holy shit. Are you kidding me? But we're going to... Oh, I can keep going. Let's go. Let's do another melee one. Specialized training for close quarter combatant. And I'd be close quarters. There's a bit of a meta layer, but I do have the Dark Force Blast thing at close range. Because 2% melee damage is basically nothing, you know? What shotguns do. Same-ish thing, though. I literally sat here for like 5 minutes, maybe, contemplating. Let me go back. Let me check the tech tree again. And let me evaluate what this is. Infects opponents. Jet of Flame. No, okay, none of these really make sense to the concept. So, okay, tech is off. I'm not doing... So, tech is out of the picture. Combat... Biotics gets me 3 points. I could start scaling some of these up. I could double down on biotic. Do I want to go super melee? I could bring some of these up right now. I could get all 3 points now for the profile by just taking one in each, and then we're good. Rock and roll, right? Grenades, shotguns, combat tools, boom. I'm not going to be in a fight anytime soon, though. Why not just like focus on things that are really useful to me? I need to have some guns out there with me, so maybe I do shotguns. That way it gives me like a weapon that I just key into. I'm going to be terrible at this though, because then I'm going to be long range and I'm going to be doing shotguns. No, I won't. I'll just change my game style. And I'll run in there like a loony. We'll roll with it. We roll with it. We roll with it. Yeah, but that's a combat power damage. That'd be wasteful if I don't take a power. That's how I see it. Am I wrong? Like, these would be powers up here, no? Does it tell me? Like, there it is. Combat power. There it is. It'd be wasteful and only for a plus 2%. Unless there's like crazy ones up here that get improves hover duration. Fun. Aerial melee. Like dive bombs. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. No. Committed. I have to do this. I have to do this. Let's remove the shotguns. Fuck the shotguns. Fuck them. Undo. Aerial, baby, let's go. Let's go. I'm in. It works. We're going bam. Bam. And before I can overthink it, bam, done. This will be fun. Vanguard unlocked. Woohoo! Okay. Here we go. Bam. And what do I do with this? So I just go into these modes. So if I go into the mode, I get all of... So if I want to go biotic cray, bam. If I want to go a little bit more melee, crazy. 50% melee force, that's nuts. I go here. But right now we're going to go adept, but I have the opportunity to switch. That could be fun. If I could do that in the mission itself, that'd be cool. What am I doing right now? Jeez, I'm getting all overwhelmed. Thanks, Sam. Do I still talk to you? Let me talk to you again.
Welcome back, Ryder.
Oh my god. I want to check my sister. Oh man, but no, let's do this now.
I take it you're based here in Sam Node?
Correct. This is where my core processing unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
There it is.
What more can you tell me about my implant?
The implant itself provides me with direct access to your senses. I can see, hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
He removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything.
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
That's what I'm saying.
Me more than you.
Well, no, I mean, symbiotically, Sam would be done for. No, because... No. It's just, he's got a direct connection to his physiology, but he still communicates. Sam is still the communication entity for all the other comms and stuff like that. Right. But Sam would lose that secret connection that is basically evolving it via the human as a puppet. Not a puppet. Partner.
Do you know anything more about Sarah's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing her with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
Well, hold on. I'm on my way
What
there.
are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How did my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
That would be
So there are other SAMs out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure.
Oh my god.
I am the most advanced SAM in the initiative.
Okay.
What did you mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
I got my own Venom suit.
That's all for now.
Well,
of course.
Venom capabilities, symbiotic, advanced physiology, movement, whatever he wants to do with me. Confront the saboteur. Man, don't distract me right now from my distractions. Quest list thing. I will go where I please. Okay, fine. Let's confront the saboteur. They're right here. Hey, hey.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never. I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here, I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patel's. A third party seems likely.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
Nice.
They need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this.
Is it a Solarian?
But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Hey, Lanny. Talk to me.
Pathfinder, it's good to see you. Word is there's been trouble on the station.
We just got here. How did you know that already?
Word gets around.
Does it now?
People talk to me. Anyway, as soon as we establish outposts, everything will even out. I'm sure of it.
Did you just twitch? Why are you here? What's it like here? And your family? Why am I asking you about the family right now? What's going on right now?
What about your family?
I'm an orphan. My parents died on the Mendoir colony when it was attacked years ago. No siblings. I left some friends and distant relatives behind, but I have friends here too.
Okay.
I love piloting, but I like the idea of going back to my roots and farming like my parents did. Someday.
Okay.
Why did you join the initiative?
The most popular question on the station. Honestly, I wouldn't have known about this project if Nozomi hadn't reached out to me.
Nozomi?
Captain Dunn. Of all the captains I've piloted for, she's the best. I've always been a wanderer at heart. When she asked me to be her pilot, how could I say no to the adventure of a lifetime?
How do you feel about all this now that we're here?
Hopeful. I know, it's a rose-colored outlook, but someone's got to keep the positivity coming, right?
Peace.
Have to go now. See you later.
Strange distraction.
Take care.
I know I'm not sure if I ran into a Lanny name that made me feel obligated to have a conversation with her, as if I had a personal relationship or something with her. But okay. Distracted. Is this door? Door. That won't open, thank God. Keep on the path, Pathfinder. Let's go. Sprint time! Woo! Oh, Captain Dunn.
Ryder,
You're not on the bridge, Captain?
we powered it down. Can't afford to waste energy. Though Cryo Bay and Sam Note are exempt. And I told them to keep their hands off Alec's quarters. You have access now.
Thanks.
Hey, sorry about your father. He was really good at what he did. Just not so good at working with people. He was right about going planetside, though.
Maybe I do take after Dad. Ooh. Oh, she's a Twitcher too. I don't really know him. Only work mattered to him. I don't want to feel like I'm angry about it. Although, oh, that feels angry too. Both of these feel like I don't mean it that way, the way it's coming across. I didn't really know him. Might be the best answer I can give for this character profile.
He was a stranger to me.
That word is
Really?
now stuck there.
Not like any of us knew him. He kept people at bay. If there's anything else I can help with, let me know.
Yeah.
Now that the Hyperion is docked,
before going to
what'll you
sister.
do?
Normally, I'd supervise thawing out the colonists, but that's been put on hold. I hear you're the one helping resolve the issue.
Trying.
Good luck with that.
If someone had told you that you'd be in the Andromeda cluster, even 5 years ago,
Are you kidding me? I'd have laughed them out of the quadrant. Although the way things are now isn't exactly what I was hoping for either. We all knew there was a possibility on arrival of less than ideal circumstances. When you sign up, you hope for the best and plan for the worst.
That way all of your surprises will be pleasant ones. That was close to a quote I read in a Dark Sun book by Dungeons and Dragons setting from 1991, I think. I wrote it in a journal back in those days, and I had never forgotten that quote since. It's not like an important book either. It's just a throwaway line. But then you hear just enough iterations of it where you're like, no, that's coming from somewhere. Like the inspiration for that one line, that one sentence, and that one paragraph on that one page, on that one chapter, in that one book. Like it was one of the least famous books of Dark. Why am I talking about this? Joining the initiative.
why did you join the initiative?
Trigger
We're a
memory, that's
long
why.
way from home.
How could I not? I love my job. Coming here, all this, it was just a logical extension of what I already do. Sailing through new stars, discovering new worlds. What self-respecting explorer could pass that up?
Thanks for the talk.
Someone who...
All right. I have requests to submit, administrators to harass, and people to wake up. I'd better get to it. Good luck out there.
Yeah, people who don't want to leave families behind, you know. They don't want to die in the middle of nowhere. There's plenty of people who wouldn't do that. Where the fuck? How do I get out of here? Oh, jeez, what have I done? Where's the elevator? How do I get to my... Oh, God, I just went into that man's mouth. Sorry. Just stop talking, stop thinking, stop your words. Just... How do I get out, sister? I want to see my sister. Operations. God damn it. God damn it. Where are you sending me? That's right. I would have gone through there. It just dawned on me. Right. Can y'all move the shit out of the way, man? So I'm not supposed to go see my sister, is what I'm gathering. They railed us to this side to talk to some new folks. Do that side quest.
We're in a holding pattern. Word is that the Nexus doesn't have enough room.
What's this?
But they've been here for like a year, haven't they?
Yeah, I guess it didn't go so well.
That guy's head just flip on backwards. I feel like I'm seeing things. Maybe I'm going too late. I need to like tap out. And kablamo. Security footage. Network access instability detected. Timestamp scrambled. Playback corrupted. You son of a bitch.
This file is useless. Let's check another.
Security is on heightened alert.
Can I use it again? No.
And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Oh,
Let's check another.
wait. Am I literally just... Is that what I'm doing? I guess I am. Thought I was screwing up. Oh, okay. 3. Got it.
This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Okay.
Got it.
At this point, I'm getting pulled in enough directions to where I don't know where this saves.
This is cat DNA? Are you sure the scan isn't contaminated?
I'm certain, Professor.
And in. Enter.
Then, Sam, we need more data on life in the cluster, whatever you can find.
How do I trigger a save? I don't think I can. Anyways, I'm gonna start here. I got a mess to edit through. It's gonna be a bit of a disaster, to be honest, because I talked a lot about a bunch of stuff that's not gameplay. Hope you all are digging the Let's Play as it is. Hope I've given enough context as to how I'm approaching this game and kind of coming back into role-playing, because it's been a long time. I mean, it's been a long time since I played a game and got invested into it, into the characters, into the story. And also from a personal perspective, this investigation into the character, it benefits me because of the other project that I am working on. But I would like to be able to just have that creative spark along the way, and this is kind of my vehicle to it, as I think that all media can be for creative types, right? Like, you got to watch things, you got to consume things, you got to read novels, you got to consume things if you want to create things. And so that's kind of my experience with Mass Effect Andromeda. So this experience is very much more than just the game for me. Although, listen, I'm enjoying what this game is offering. Are there clunky bits even with the narrative, or like some of the line deliveries? Sure, right? But like, this is the beginning of the game still. Like, could it keep being this kind of awkward? Maybe, but because I'm in that headspace to kind of take something else away from this, I'm kind of blind to a decent percentage of it. Like, because I want to experience the game, but as I've said, it's more than just a game for me right now, and I hope that anybody who is interested in that kind of journey is along for the ride. And of course, I will catch you in the next stack of episodes. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.